right, here it goes. So, it's currently 2025, and I'm wrapping up the year, and I just want to reflect a little bit about like my experience so far, and just being an entrepreneur, being a freelancer. I'm about 2 years in now, and I have learned a lot when it comes to freelancing. There's a lot of ups and there's a lot of downs, a lot of trials and a lot of errors. And I tried over and over to talk to my friends offline about entrepreneurship, running a business, stuff like that. And, it seems like sometimes it just like go over their head. And, you know, today's gonna be day one starting. If I can't tell family and friends how to be an entrepreneur or what it's like to be an entrepreneur or how to get ahead financially, I might as well just share it to the internet, and whoever may be interested in this content would just resonate with whoever wants to come to the information. It really got me when I learned about this idea of the Cassandra complex, where essentially you can prophesize, the foreshadow warnings of a person, and no matter how much you shout at them, they're still going to ignore what you're saying simply because of the fact that I don't know. They just gonna ignore it, and that's the curse you're burdened with is the vision of prophecy, and that's essentially Cassandra complex. And yeah, and I'm just just tired of doing that way of just trying to share the information to those who don't want to hear it. So, anywho, I'm gonna start today, and today's gonna be day one of many because I think almost every day there's a new trial and error. In my career as an entrepreneur, I thought right now where I'm at entrepreneurship is credit, and I'm learning about credit. I didn't know how powerful credit was until I started learning about the concept of working capital. I thought I could just pay cash, and cash. You don't need credit for anything, right? Credit is a scam. The troubles of credit. Until I realized one day hey, what if when the time gets rough in freelancing, which is usually around January, February, beginning of the year and end of the year, it's usually the slow time for me as a freelancer. How do I maintain these months when I know over the hill it's going to be better? And with that, I came to this concept called working capital. And with working capital, it's pretty much using credit, using debt to levy off the downtimes or just kind of help extend your cash flow. And that's the biggest thing I've learned was cash flow was my issue. When the down months, so for example, let's say I got $10,000 in an account and it takes $7,000 to renovate a property. Or no, let's say it takes $9,000. No, let's say it takes $9,500 to renovate the property. I'm at all said and done in that month, I may be down in my pocket $10,000 to $500 in my bank account. Still got to eat groceries, still got a life to live, and something that you just got to get used to when it comes to entrepreneurship. And even you're down that month, the next month is still coming around the corner, and the question is going to have enough money to pay your bills. So when you do cash like that, like even if you have like a lot of cash, it's just that feeling that you're doing really well, you have things in motion, but sometimes things get a little shaky, and credit is super beneficial when things get a little shaky. So I started building my credit this year. I've been going 5 years without credit since COVID. Started building my credit this year, and I think the first credit card I got was with USAA, and they're the first person that showed me love with the credit. I thought I was in the trash. I think I was like somewhere like a 590 credit score. And they're the first credit card company gave me gave me opportunity with a credit card. So I started getting into the cashback thing. So 1.5 cashback. That was cool. Then I started getting into PayPal. And PayPal has a feature where you can have 6 months to pay something off. So like with me with the properties, I may buy some flooring, and then that flooring I buy whatever I need to buy, but I have 6 months to pay it off. And by the time I'm starting to make payments on it, I'll probably already have a tenant in there in 1 to 2 months. So having that working capital has helped a lot when it came to real estate. And from there, the next step was just adding on to my collection of like credit and building my profile. And, I think I'm ending this year off with probably about 8 credit cards. And they all have different use cases. Some are cash back, some are financing, some have 0% interest. All that stuff helps a lot when it comes to running a business. And the fact that the point I want to share today, which I think is the biggest thing I'm learning as so far in this quarter of the year, is how to negotiate with the credit. So someone once said, it's cool to get credit, but what happens when you get the credit? What are you going to do next? And I think part of that puzzle is always someone asking, how are you going to make money with the credit, right? I rarely hear people talk about how do you save money with the credit. And that's what I want to talk about today is like, not only you can make money with credit, but you also can save a lot of money with credit as well. And some things I've been doing is paying my contractors, paying some bills I have, and I paid in a lump sum on a credit card. So with, this is not financial advice. It's just something I'm doing in my business. It's helping me out and helping me balance, things out of my businesses. Is that, so if I have like a lawn care service and I'm paying them $5,000, cool. Instead of paying $5,000, now I just paid in a lump sum and I'm asking for $500 to $700 off, right? And they get all the money up front. You don't have to worry about me paying them and, hey, we cut the grass today. Can you send us the invoice? Like, you don't have to worry about none of that. So, hey, a lump sum and, for a discount. And that's the biggest thing I'm probably going to go in 2026 with is learning how to pay things in lump sums so I can get savings. So the key part of that whole thing to do that is to get that lump sum, to benefit of saving money. Not only you're getting the cash back off the service, let's say it's 2 or 3%, which is very small, but it's better than nothing. You're also getting a discount from the service provider. So the contractor who's cutting your grass, whoever is cleaning your houses, whatever part of your business, they're also giving you a discount. So when you put that money on a credit card, right, at 0% financing, or even is the minimum financing, like maybe 1.99%, you're able to keep the cash on hand, and you can do something with that and make it work for you. Now, me personally, I kind of believe in being debt free with the credit, but at the same time leveraging your money. And by doing that, the way I recommend it is, or the way I'm not recommending the way I do it. The way I do it is, I take that extra cash that I have, and I put it in something like a high yield savings account, and I count that money as debt. So yeah, it may only return like 3.6% over a year, or I get some of that money, which is like maybe like $40 or $50 or $60. It's better than nothing, and that's kind of like something I'm doing unless I find opportunities in the middle of the year with the cash. So the money sits in the high yield savings, but at the same time, like if I see if I see a deal where I think the money makes a 90% chance of making my money back, or 100%. There is some opportunity plays I do. There are 100% money plays. Opening bank accounts, getting credit rewards, stuff like that. I have the cash to do that, so I can leverage the money to make even more money while it's being leveraged with credit. So those are some like cool things I'm going to be doing in 2026. A lot of saving with lump sum payments. Working on the credit to get higher and higher profiles. So I get those 70K cards, 100K cards, or whatever they say is out there. But, just to be able to front load some of the money you're going to have to spend anyway, might as well make more money with it. And that's kind of the approach I've got. So for me, any money that I've already counted as debt, I put in a high yield savings account. Any money that, is extra goes into an investment account. And that's where I really try to build my wealth. So there are just some things I'm doing. Again, I'm starting a new year. All right. I've been trying to do this over and over, but I got a nice little setup here, a little man cave I've made out here in the garage, and let's just see where this goes. I think I really want to talk about finances, a little bit about photography, freelancing, and entrepreneurship. So, hey, if this information was helpful for anybody, hey man, if y'all give me one comment, even a like, I'll take a like at this moment. And I'll just be more consistent with this thing. It's just, if one person watches this through, then I know I'm on the right path. And then I'll start speaking more about my experience at freelancing, how I made money through freelancing, how I made money through real estate, how I made money through a lot of entrepreneurship, affiliate marketing, stuff like that. I start talking about different conversations. Then I start making probably more artistic videos again with my, I haven't touched this bad boy in like 3 years, but working more with my camera. So I start taking some more photos and creating some visual content. So anywho, that's what I got for today. I hope everyone is well, and till the next video.